You know who's actually making money from AI right now? It's not the people building it, it's the people selling it. $4,000 from one client, $1,500 to deliver it, and I kept $2,500, and the whole project took less than a week. That's one AI service sold to one dental clinic, and I wasn't the one that built anything. The gap between what it costs to deliver an AI service and what businesses will actually pay for that same service is so wide right now that when I show you the actual numbers on these, you're going to wonder why you didn't start last month. I'm going to walk you through 3 AI services that I sell right now, what each one costs to deliver, what clients pay, and exactly how I set each one up. But I need to show you how the first one works in detail so you can see this is real. I partnered with a freelancer who builds AI voice agents. These are basically virtual receptionists that answer incoming calls for local businesses because their staff are usually busy and miss a ton of calls. All I said to this freelancer was, I run an agency, I sell all kinds of services, and I want to start offering yours. Send me some examples and case studies that I can show potential clients, and we'll work together. Now, pay attention to the margin on this one because it's what made me go all in on this model. This freelancer has a case study from a dental clinic, and clinics get bombarded with calls, and reception can't handle it all because they're also dealing with patients walking in the door, right? We took that case study and started reaching out to other dental clinics that needed the same thing, had the same problem. The pitch being an AI voice agent that answers calls, qualifies the lead, and books the appointment so that the reception never misses another call and never lets another lead disappear out the door.
Hello, thank you for calling Retail Dental Office. How can I help you today?
Freelancer charges $1,300 to build it, and I sell it for $3,000. That's $1,700 profit on one sale, plus a $497 a month add-on for ongoing optimization and monitoring, which is recurring revenue on top. And there are agencies that charge tens of thousands of dollars for the exact same service right now. So I'm actually the affordable option, undercutting all of them. To find clients, I used Google Maps scraper to pull websites and email addresses of decision makers at medical clinics, and then I just reached out to a few dozen, and the outreach process itself is simpler than you'd think. You're just emailing clinics saying something along the lines of, I help dental practices handle more inbound calls with AI. Here's a case study from a clinic like yours. We got XYZ results, want to see how it works. And that's it, because AI services are so in demand right now that outreach converts way faster than anything I've sold before. Like when I was selling animated videos back in 2015, it took about 100 emails per sale, and that number has gone up over time. But with AI services, we're at the very beginning of that curve because the market is brand new. And this isn't just my experience. Go look at Fiverr's AI services category, look at the number of freelancers creating AI gigs, the projects being posted, and the client reviews, and the AI as a service market is projected to grow over 40% annually. The demand side of this is not theoretical. So why aren't these businesses just doing it themselves, right? Why is this so much more profitable than the other AI business models that everyone's chasing? That's what I'm going to get into now. The reason is simple. These companies want to benefit from AI, but they have no idea how to do so. And a company with 11 to 200 employees has money to spend on this, but doesn't have anyone in-house who builds AI anything. It's just too new. There's no AI department at a dental clinic or a small consulting firm, so they know they need it because everyone's talking about AI, but they have no idea where to start. You just show up with a solution, a case study, and a price. It's just being in the right place at the right time. The first service is the simplest to get started with, especially if you've never done this before. It's installing a chatbot on a company's website that answers questions instantly and turns visitors into buyers. Think about it like this. Someone lands on a company's website at 11 p.m., asks 3 questions about pricing, then the chatbot qualifies them and books a call for the next morning. That lead would have been gone by daylight, and most companies know this. They've lost many leads due to low response times. So companies know that gap costs them real money, and the client gets a virtual knowledge base that also aids in the sales process. We charge $4,000, the freelancer costs $1,500, and we keep $2,500 profit. The reason it works so well is most businesses buying this are dependent on inbound leads. Consultants, agencies, dentists, clinics, everyone from B2B to local companies. With AI assistants, they do everything that old chatbots did better and they actually sell to the leads too. What used to be a basic FAQ bot is now a salesperson on the website around the clock. That's why the value proposition went up so much. So that was the easy one, but the next service is where the margins start to get a bit ridiculous. I already showed you the top line numbers, but let me break down why this one is so hard for clients to say no to. AI voice agents. These are virtual receptionists that answer phone calls, have an actual conversation with the caller, and either book an appointment or route the call directly to the right person. So they can send reminders, follow up with leads automatically after the call, and a ton of other things. The business gets a full-time receptionist that does everything a human receptionist does for a fraction of the cost. Here's where the math does all of the selling for you. The average receptionist makes $35,000 a year, and then you walk into a business and say, I'll build you an AI voice agent for $3,500 one time. It does the same job around the clock. So that's 10 times the savings. When a business owner sees that comparison, it's very hard to say no. And when you frame it as helping their current employees rather than, replacing them, then it converts even better. Because if the client pushes back saying AI won't be as good as a human, well, you simply just tell them it's there to support their existing humans, okay? And prevent the need to hire more. They get the benefits of both. $3,500 from one client, $1,300 to the freelancer, $2,200 profit. And this works best for local service businesses, so dentists, med spas, plumbers, HVAC companies, real estate offices, gyms, anyone where the person answering the phone is also the person delivering the service, which means they can't be at the phone all the time. It's a very good value proposition. Now, the first two are solid on their own, but the third service is where this whole model really opens up because it combines everything into a single offer that can run a decent chunk of a company's operations in the background. With this one, the profit on a single sale might surprise you. The easiest way to think about this is a digital employee that runs tasks inside a business automatically instead of just answering questions like a chatbot or taking calls like a voice agent. An AI agent can actually do work across the company's systems. Let me give you a quick example of what that actually looks like. A lead fills out a form on a company's website on Monday, and then by Tuesday morning, the agent has checked to the CRM, sent a personalized follow-up email, and booked a call on the sales team's calendar. Literally nobody touched it, and that entire sequence just happened in the background. The client gets a system, essentially, that connects to their existing tools and runs parts of their operations without anyone having to manage it. Same rule applies though. Frame it as support, not replacement of their current employees, especially with bigger companies because they really do hate change. We charge $6,500 for this, freelancer cost $2,200, and that's $4,300 in profit on one sale. Almost none of them have anyone internal building AI agents because the service barely existed a year ago. Now, for the freelancer, I look for automation specialists on Upwork who work with platforms like Zapier, Make, or NAN. You verify their past work, ask for example agents they've built, which also helps you figure out which niches are worth targeting. If they give you a bunch of example agents they've built for medical clinics, you know that's a good niche to target in your outreach. All these services, I use Upwork and Fiverr to source the freelancers. The key is high amounts earned and strong reviews on Upwork and a high number of reviews relative to other gigs on Fiverr. This matters because you want to choose the best freelancer. At the same time, you always have to have backup options in case one falls through mid-project, okay? So at this point, you've seen the services, you've seen the margins, something might feel off about all of this though. And I want to address it directly because it almost stopped me from starting. And I know what some of you are thinking. Dylan's been doing this since 2015. He already had the clients, the systems, the team. I get that, I thought the same thing sitting in a call center in Wellington, making minimum wage, convinced that I wasn't the kind of person who could pull something like this off. It turns out that the feeling had nothing to do with whether it would actually work. Selling AI services without being able to deliver them yourself feels completely impossible at first. You don't want to look like a fraud to the freelancers that you're reaching out to or the clients that you're reaching out to get sales. That imposter syndrome really does get to all of us in the beginning. But you can learn more than enough in about a weekend to be able to confidently have that conversation with a potential buyer or with the freelancer. Because you are partnering with expert freelancers whose past work you would have already seen, you can just show it to your potential clients and they already like the past work they see. When I started, I was worried mid-conversation the client would trip me up on something I didn't know. And what I learned is clients already understand that you aren't the one delivering the service. You're the head of the company. So for anything that you don't know, you just say, let me check with the team and I'll get back to you over email. That's literally it. Honestly, that almost never happens. The really basic conversations, just learning about what the service is and the delivery process essentially. So you'll understand more about this than your clients do very quickly. And I tried basically every way to make money online before I landed on this. That's the next video. Subscribe if you want the full on this breakdown. And look, across every AI service that's actually selling right now, they all have the same thing in common, and it has nothing to do with AI. They either save the company time or make it more money. That's it. Same as any service that's ever been sold. The AI part is just the wrapper. It's the thing that gets them interested. The value underneath is the same thing businesses have always paid for. The particular services that we sell might change, the marketing channels might change, but the basic idea of one company selling a service to another is not going anywhere. The economics of running a service arbitrage business mean there are always tens of thousands of competitors, always hundreds leaving and entering the market at any given time, which means there's always room for new operators. But what makes right now different is the demand for AI services is way ahead of the supply, and it's growing and growing, and I think it's going to keep going year on year. With each advance in AI, we keep seeing entirely new markets open up that need people to come in and serve that demand. 5 or 10 years from now, these services will probably be commoditized in a similar way to websites, chatbots, and explainer videos did. But they'll still make money, just like all of those services do too. The margins are huge right now, and the volume of hungry buyers won't be what they are today in 5 to 10 years. So right now, we're in the early phase where the whole market is wide open, and businesses are actively looking for someone to just show up and help them with this. People making real money from AI right now are not the ones who understand it best. They're just the ones who partner with the right freelancers. All that's missing is someone in the middle to connect the two, build the offer, and start reaching out to companies. If I was starting from zero today, I'd do one thing. Go to any freelancer website and look at the services that we just talked about. See how many clients are posting projects looking for this work. Look at what the freelancers charge, and then ask yourself, who are they selling this to, and why can't you be the one selling it? You can waste years becoming an AI expert if you want, but if you're not making money from it, it's just a hobby at the end of the day. If you're in this to build something, focus on selling it, not delivering it. If you want to see my whole system, how all of this works, the link below takes you to my free training. You can check it out. That's going to give you the basics that you need to get started. Otherwise, if you want to see the next piece of the puzzle to actually doing this, check out the video on your screen right here.